I bought two inexpensive vacuums to see which is the best in this price range.
So you bought two nearly identical vacuums. Why do you have to make this so difficult?
Well, because we're gonna send you to internet college and we need to see which one is the best for under 100 bucks.
Well, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Eric. And we're the Vacuum Nerds.
Links in the description. These two canister vacuums claim to offer a lot of performance for under $100, coming in the old school format with the motor on wheels and a wand for floors and ceilings, and an easy way to get under dorm room beds.
Both the Eureka and the Bissell seem quite similar, and in actuality, they're just a couple dollars apart, and they're pretty cheap, so you can save money for some ramen.
In this canister style of vacuum, the wand isn't directly attached to the canister like upright vacuums, so you can more easily get to hard to reach areas like that second date.
Now they both come with similar attachments, but this is where there is a difference between both vacuums. The Eureka has the single attachment which is cleverly integrated with the handle. It pops in and out like that roommate that you never see. Whereas the Bissell has separate attachments which are kind of traditional.
Because they're so similar, to find out which one performs better, we need to give them an exam, with a perfect score being 35 points. May the best vacuum win.
The first category is ergonomics. Now each vacuum has a head, but there is no brush roll on either one. It has a little row of bristles which pops out. When you've got this brush piece down, as you're going to have, it does collect all this hair, and so to actually get it off, you need to go and manually take all the hair off, which I think is probably kind of expected at this price point. It looks so yummy.
Oh yeah, don't eat it.
And they both have cords which are around 15 to 16 feet.
However, unlike corded upright vacuums where the cord can be cumbersome after a long session of cleaning, believe me, we've been there, these canisters both have a retractable cord feature at the touch of a button. So it keeps coming back to you, kind of like that ex who can't stop messaging you at 2 a.m. Restraining order.
Now both these canisters are quite easily removable. They're quite similar, although the Bissell does have a slightly larger canister.
So along with ergonomics comes maneuverability, and it is a combined category worth 10 points total.
Now both vacuums have a very simple, very plasticky, lightweight head. They don't feel like they're very good quality. When you want to maneuver, they both have the same problem in that the wand is attached to the head and it only pivots in one direction. Maneuverability, not the best, because when this unit, as you just saw, is down on the floor and trying to go around a corner, it tends to lift up the bottom surface of it.
Now when it comes to reach, both of these do have pretty long wands that allow you to get above cupboards and around ceilings. However, the Eureka actually has an extendable wand that's 6 inches longer than the Bissell.
And it's made of metal, which gives it perceived higher quality. However, there is a difference in that the Eureka has this integrated tool, which actually seems pretty cool, and it's very good when you're doing lower surfaces like tables and so forth. But when you want to get up to the ceilings, that attachment is now attached to the handle only, which makes it just a little bit less useful overall. So for ergonomics and maneuverability, out of 5, we give each of them a 4 in each category. So far, they are tied.
So now we get to the real challenges in this video. We're going to be doing our pickup test that is worth 5 points total. Science. Now both the Bissell and the Eureka allow you to adjust to different surfaces. So we scientifically measured out 2 items, sand and sugar, to 40 grams exactly, and we tested them on 2 surfaces, hardwood and medium pile carpet.
They're both surprisingly good at picking up the dirt from our test surfaces. Overall, the Bissell was 98% effective and the Eureka was 96%. So in both these categories, we gave them a 5 out of 5 because they're both very effective at picking up our test material.
Now the reason these were so effective has to do with 2 factors, airflow and suction, 2 categories that get 5 points each.
We measured the airflow on the Eureka at 41.4 meters per second, which is pretty good. And the Bissell, the airflow was so strong it was actually off the charts.
So we gave both of these a score of 5 because these are both really good.
Now in the suction test, this is where there is a big difference between these two vacuums. The Eureka scored 13.8 kilopascals, where the Bissell was quite a bit higher at 20.
Which is pretty surprising because 13.8 kilopascals is comparable to some cordless upright vacs.
You can tell that the suction on this is way more powerful than the Eureka. This just sucks a lot more. So on the suction test, we gave the Bissell a 4 and the Eureka got a 3. Now let's move on to the HEPA filtration test. A HEPA filter is a very popular and common feature on vacuums now, and if you've got a lot of dust and allergens in your house, it traps all of that inside the container and doesn't let it out. And there's one vacuum that did quite a bit better than the other one.
In fact, one vacuum didn't keep any of the smoke in the canister, and that was the Bissell, so we have to give that one a 0 out of 5. Well, the Eureka did a pretty good job. We gave it a 5. Pretty good.
The final category is build quality. The Eureka has this nice metal wand which snaps into place and you can have different lengths. It feels just a little bit more premium, whereas the Bissell has a wand made of plastic and you connect the parts with friction and sometimes it would fall apart. But with this Bissell, because it doesn't click in, it's just kind of this friction fit. If you don't put it in tightly enough, it tends to fall off, and it's fallen off a few times today, which is kind of annoying. Now both of these have pretty cheap plasticky heads, I'm not gonna lie, but we gave the Bissell a 3 and we gave the Eureka a 4. So for under $100, these are really closely matched, but there are a couple of differences.
I liked the Eureka a little bit better overall just because the wand in the head felt a bit more substantial than the Bissell and it was slightly more easy to maneuver.
This one has a bigger canister and the suction is actually quite a bit stronger, but there's no HEPA filter on it.
Didn't pass our smoke test. In fact, it wasn't even close to passing our smoke test.
So if having good HEPA filtration is important to you, choose this one. But if you don't really care about dust getting back into your room so much, this has got way better suction. And by the way, our data indicates that your life will get 92.74% better if you subscribe right now and hit that bell.
Thanks for nerding out with us.